and right now we are at Yunhe Terraces of Zhejiang, and you could see the rice are being harvested right now. There are a lot of farmers that are doing this cutting and threshing of rice, and you could see this beautiful terrace, the special landscape, and also the climate has given this rice a more favorable condition to grow, but the way to harvest the rice is quite special due to the special geographical condition. And we also have this cycle agriculture concerning the combining the rearing of fish and the growing of rice together. So there is a very efficient way to harvest the fish as well as the rice. You can see that it's a bumper harvest this year. And you could see the joy of harvest on the face of not only the farmers, but also a lot of the kids from the local schools. Because today would be a very special study tour for a lot of the local primary school students. And currently, you can see that a lot of the kids are joining the harvesting activity. And this will be our guest, Mr. Liu. From the administrative office of Yunhe Terraces. So, Mr. Liu, how big is the farmland? It's 350 mus, producing about 300,000 jings of rice, and will be processed rice to fine rice. Will it be sold? Yes, it's mainly sold as a souvenir at this viewing site for the tourists to buy when they visit the terrace. Can you tell me how to do the cutting of the rice? Okay, hold your hand like this and make the cut. This way you can hold the root upright, and it will be easy for you to tie them into a bunch. Okay, let me have a try. So hold my hand like this, and then make the cut. Am I doing okay? That's great. Okay, one more. We can see that this is completely bumper harvest. And you can see that the ear of the wheat are quite full. And the kids are also joining the harvesting activities, as you can see. I suggest that you hold your hand a little bit higher so as to avoid touching the mud. Okay, sure. This is really sharp How long have you been doing this? I think I've been doing this the whole morning. Is this your first time doing activities like this? I used to helping my dad, my granddad to do this. Well, you are quite experienced at such a young age. How do you feel? I felt that the farmers are working really hard to harvest all the food for us, so we cannot waste the food. So we need to value their effort. It's really hard work. Thank you. So today would be a rare opportunity for the students, I believe, to learn from the field. You are quite proficient. How many bunches have you done? I already forgot. I lost count. You seem to be really involved. How about you? Okay, we can talk to you later. I saw that we have a lot of patches on the terrace. So when you first started ploughing, I actually was also here. So each season there are different study tour or this kind of tourist activities arranged by the local tourism administrations. Well, today we are mainly doing the harvesting activity so that the young kids can come here and enjoy the harvest together with us. We also have arranged teachers to help the students to know more about the harvesting activities. So the instructor is also teaching the students to do some handwork. This is a art craft, a handicraft. And you can also make the straws into a grasshopper. This would be a great way to make use of the agricultural remains. You know, the straws. The straws would be great materials for us to do some handiwork. So we would also convene this kind of, organize this kind of straw festivals or activities so that more people can enjoy this kind of handwork. How do you like the making, you know, tools with the straws? I think it's quite fun. It's quite interesting. I could enjoy the activities that probably my parents have experienced in their childhood. It's my first time making this handicraft. So I think I've learned a lot. And This is only this is also straws that are retrieved from the farmland. I think my parents actually they have a lot of enjoy very interesting agricultural activities in our childhood instead of staring at a screen just like us. Well, the kids have done a marvelous job making the handicrafts. We play with the straws since we were little kids, but they are not used to this kind of activities. It's quite a novel thing for them. So they found that this to be really interesting. So what could the kids learn from this? Well, they could practice making things, and it's also quite meaningful for them to really step into the fields, into the farmlands, and make stuff with their own hands. I think this is quite a valuable experience for them because they might eat rice every day, but they might not know where the rice come from. So I think this is a great opportunity for them to get a close contact with the land, with the straws, and also to teach them how to make full use of the straws instead of just simply burning them in the fields. Well, some of our viewers might not have visited Yunhe, so what do you have to tell them if they are interested in visiting? Well, Yunhe Terrace has several key scenic spots. When the weather is fine, on top of the terrace, the cloud will be covering the terrace, and also in the morning you can see this beautiful sunrise above the clouds. We also have cables, and you can take cable rides here at the terrace. This is one of the biggest terraces. We have this central scenic spot, and we also have some other beautiful sites at the periphery. We also have some agricultural products, such as the base for the rearing of rice and fish together. So it's like an agriculture cycle. Some of our viewers are interested in the terrace, as you can mention that the total area for this terrace is 51 square kilometers, and you're also working with the nearby villages to develop tourism, right? The total area is about 300 moors. It is right now a 5A scenic spot. A lot of tourists will come here to visit this place and to look at this spectacular view and to join the agricultural activities. That's right. We have a lot of Aboriginal population that reside here for generations. There is also a silver mine nearby. So the excavation of the mine actually have stimulate the development of economies and agriculture in the nearby areas. As I mentioned, we also rear fish in the rice field, in the rice paddies. So we also have asked the kids, arranged for the kids to come to the mud pond and to grab the fish. The biggest fish is around 50 grams, 500 grams. You see that the kids are enjoying catching the fish. I've already got 10 today. That's wonderful. Well, but all the fish will be released, and this is only for fun. I caught 2 to 3 fish today, and this time I already got more than 10 fish. How do you like the activity? I think the farmers are working very hard, and I think this is really hard work, so we need to value all the food that we eat. So this is really a fun process, I believe, for all the children. You could see how happy they are, being able to enjoy the harvesting activities. Normally, we would try to catch the fish with our own hand, but the kids are holding the net. This is mainly for the safety, because there are some gravels probably beneath water. This is to protect the kids. A tip for you, if you want to catch more fish, they are mostly at the rim side of the pond. There are more activity I see over there. Let's take a look. Besides autumn, are there any activities in winter? In winter, the major tourism activity here is rice processing. So after the harvesting of the rice, they have to undergo this processing in order to make them into fine rice, which can be directly edible. So this will be like a cycle from rice paddy to coarse rice and then to fine rice. This will be the ducks that we rear at the paddies. This is also a activity that we've arranged, trying to circle the duck with the circle. Okay, let me have a try. So this is a special fun activity that we've arranged. If you could catch the duck with the circle, you can actually bring the duck home today. This is purely dumb luck, I think. I think it's really difficult. It's harder than I thought. And also the ducks are crowding, so it's very hard to get them. Well, I think it's really difficult because the ducks are moving all the time, and I think the ducks are quite clever. Well, I think this is also a special experience for the kids, something that they could not learn in classrooms. The fish catching activity, for example, the kids do not catch the fish for food. They've never had such an experience before. They've never stepped into the mud pond to catch fish, to get their hand dirty. So this is a very unique experience for them. I believe would be quite beneficial for the growing of the kids. Well, in terms of this tourism development, do you have more activities this year? Well, the total number of tourists this year is about 3 million. Which has doubled compared to last year. I think this will be a new attempt made by the tourism administration at the local government. And we hope that if you have the time, you could also choose to come to Yunhe Terraces to enjoy this beautiful view and also all of these agricultural activities. Thank you all for watching live streaming. And next step, we'll take you to Yiwu of Zhejiang province to bring you with another live stream. Good afternoon, dear viewers. I'm Liao Wang with CMG. I am currently at Baitatang village of Yiwu, city of Zhejiang province. Right now, you can see that we are at the side of a sugarcane field. This is also the harvest season for sugarcanes. So you can almost smell the sweetness in the air. That would be the smell of brown sugar. After the harvesting of the sugar canes, they will be processed and made into brown sugar products. So today, we will take you through this process, and joining us in the studio is Ms. Ding Chen, a local farmer. Hello everyone, I'm Ding Chen. Welcome to our village. Okay, let's take a walk. So, Ms. Ding, how is the harvesting situation this year? So we have altogether 170 moors of sugar canes. Despite the lesser rain this year, we apply some irrigation techniques, so the total harvest is quite satisfactory, and the estimated volume, the output is about 98 tons. To my understanding, you have a lot of a big area for sugarcane production. In my own family, the total area is 176 moors. So they have a different, we also grow different varieties of sugar canes. There are altogether 13 varieties. I remember that in the past, you only have one major variety, right? Which is called Yiwu, which is the main ingredient of brown sugar. You know, brown sugar was originally called Yiwu because when you pour water with brown sugar, the color turns out to be a bit of greenish. So this would be the main variety grew here. It has a very high sugar content. But during the typhoon season, it's this variety of sugarcane would easily fall because it's heavier than the other varieties of sugar canes. So currently we are also growing some improved varieties, some hybrid varieties, to see and to make the selection so as to avoid some of the weaknesses of the original variety Yiwu. So can you tell us more about the sugarcane field, the variety that you've grown? These are some testing fields. There are different types of sugar canes. This one is called Maozhe, which can be used as an ingredient in the traditional Chinese medicine. You can see that this sugar cane is not very thick. Its harvest season is relatively later, mainly in by the end of November and the beginning of December. It is also a major ingredient for brown sugar. This one is called the Liucheng. This is one of our most popular variety right now. It's drought resistant. So you can see that the feature of this variety of sugarcane is the color of the screen. These are newly introduced varieties. We especially select them taking into consideration the soil and climate condition. This is known as the fruit sugarcane. So I strongly suggest that you have a taste of this variety. Can you help me and make some instructions? Yeah, just to make the very clear cut here. Okay, just hard and clean. Have a try. It's quite crispy, so it's not that difficult to cut off. We need to make the cut here so as to leave the roots in the soil so that it can develop for a second time. Maybe a little harder. Great. That's it. Well, it's not that difficult. Now, what do we do with it? Well, normally, the farmers would tie them into a bunch and then transport them to the factory, and then to make sugar with it. We need to first squeeze the juice out of the sugarcane and then filter it. We have 6 steps for filtering, and then we need to boil them into brown sugar. How do we tell if it is the right time for harvesting? We can judge it from the color of the leaves. If it's quite deep green, or with the hint of yellow, it means that it's ready to be harvested. We also have a special sugar detector. We can make a small incision here and test the degree of sugar. If the sugar meter shows that it's about the number is above 15, well, then it's the right time for harvest. Thank you. This sugarcane will also be transported to the sugar factory later. This is called Guisan, also introduced from Guangxi with the assistance of Guangxi Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Well, this is the first year for us to introduce this variety. As you can see, it is not adapting very well to the soil conditions. So we need to make some improvement this year, and hopefully it can grow better next year. This is the most traditional variety of sugarcane here at Yiwu, which is called Yiwu Qing. It has quite high sugar content, but as I mentioned, it's not very wind resistance. If it fell during heavy wind season, we need to just help it to get back to the vertical status. That might be the only weakness of this variety. This is called Yunhe, which is introduced from Yunnan province. The sugar content is okay, But unlike Yuetang or Liucheng, the sugar content is not as high, but acceptable. Yeah. So from your introduction, we can know that they are all sugar canes, but they would taste slightly different. Yes, so we are looking for better varieties that is suitable to grow at the local environment all the time. This would be the testing ground to select different varieties. Thank you. So will a lot of sugarcane farmers come here for the harvesting activities? Yes, this is happening every single day. So the household would come here to help us with the harvesting and also the juice making. Every day, a total of 3 mu's of sugarcane will be harvested on average. They will have to tie the sugarcanes into different bunches, and then it will be transported during a sunny day, and then transported them into a factory. Why do I have to tie them into bunches? Otherwise, it will be more time consuming to carry all of these sugar canes for onto the truck for further transportation. We will leave them at the ground and then choose to find whether they to drive the tractors here, so as to transport all of these sugar canes to the factory. I also love drinking the sugarcane juice that is produced locally. Yes, just directly put the juice into the juice maker. And then it has quite a fresh and sweet smell and taste to it. A lot of the young people, they would have really, they will be really careful for their to monitor their sugar intake. So now let's take a look at the whole sugar making process. As you mentioned, first the sugarcane will be processed in the juice maker. Is that correct? You also mentioned that they need to go through this filtering process. There are 6 filters. There are 6 steps for the filtering of the juice, so as to take out all of the different kinds of impurities in the juice. 6 steps of filtering, so as to avoid all sorts of impurities. Well, the first process I can see that is washing, right? This is a very fundamental stage to take out the the dust and mud on the surface of it, and then squeeze them, and then go through the processing and the filtering process. Well, it smells wonderful. A strong smell of sugar, brown sugar. So now they are trying to boil the sugar. There's a very strong sweetness in the air, as you can imagine. The first step, as I mentioned, is harvesting and juice making. And then you have all of this juice. We need to purify them, filter them, purify them. This would be the juice that has already been filtered, and we put them into these large pots. And you can see some foam on top of it, which will contain some impurities. They will be manually taken out by the worker and then boiled here to dissect the sugar content. As you can see, the color is getting darker as we move right side, which means that the content of sugar is also getting higher with the different steps of boiling. This one, for example, is 260 degrees Celsius in temperature. So the temperature will get higher from left to right. The last one would be the one with the highest temperature. So why bother using all of these pots? Why 9 pots? Well, this is a matter of processing. In Yiwu, we normally would use 9 pots. It actually saves time. In some other places, they would use 8 pots. It would take longer, but the sugar would be finer. Why is that? Well, it will not be overboiled. Which step do you think is the most important one? I think would be the retrieving of the foams. The time and technique are both very important. Well, you can have a try of this very large spoon. So right now you can see that the workers are making stirs all the time, so that the juice can be heated in an even manner. Just like when you are trying to cook, right? You need to move the ingredients so as to make sure that they are heated evenly. So we can see that there are 7 pots over here. Can you teach me how to do it? Give me some instructions. Make the stir. Thank you. I see that the workers here are trying to stir it with this very big spoon. It doesn't seem hard, but after you get a hold of it, you will discover that it's not quite easy for us to master this, to use this kind of spoon. It's hard to get balance. Well, it seems easy, but it's actually takes a lot of proficiency and practices. So each pot will produce around 30 jins of brown sugar. Some more, some less. So there are 3 workers I see working here in this production line. What's the next step? Well, after the syrup are well prepared, they will be left here for drying. This will be brown sugar. We can have a taste of it. This will be brown sugar, 100%, no additives. What kind of product would be made into? Well, we would use it to make some other snacks, such as sugar glazed walnut and also some special dessert and drinks. We would also use soda so as to make them into this kind of a more loose-shaped sugar. That will be easy for us to retrieve and use them. Well, as I mentioned, this is the cooling down process. There's a fan that has been blowing at it all the time. It's a lot like the manufacturing process of chocolate. Well, it looks like chocolate too, right? So how do you know how pure a brown sugar is? Well, you can see that a lot of the brown sugar are in the shape of sand, but the ones that you bought at the supermarket normally would be darker in color. And you can see this very clear differences between the mass-produced and the handmade ones. This will be another production line for brown sugar making. This is mainly to build to make some other snacks using brown sugar, such as the sugar glazed snacks and walnut and this fried dough. So the two production and assembly line are completely separated with each other. Let's take a closer look at the workshop. It smells so good. These are fried doughs glazed with brown sugar. Also a local delicacy. You can have a taste of it. This is a special cake. It tastes a bit sweet with the mixed taste of salty and sweet. Because it has to be manufactured under cooler conditions, so we also turn on the air conditioning at this workshop. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for the brown sugar to solidify. How many side products have you developed? We have developed 35 different types of side products using brown sugar. What is the most popular one? It's actually the special sesame sweet, sesame sugar. We can visit the fried dough workshop. And this will be the shop selling all of these side products. Which is your favorite? My personal favorite is the corn candy and sesame candy. All of the candy products are made directly from the handmade brown sugar. I believe that a lot of the international tourists and guests will also love your side products. Yes, they would prefer the corn candy, the sesame candy, and also the fried dough. It tastes very crunchy, very crispy. With a very fresh, sweet taste of the corn. This is a walnut product, also glazed with brown sugar. This is also brown sugar cakes that looks like very much like chocolate. How much economic profit does it generate on a yearly basis? About 10 million yuan on a yearly basis. So we have about 20 households joining this process of sugarcane making, brown sugar making. So it's quite a profitable business for the local household. What are the other activities concerning brown sugar that you've arranged? We would invite kids from the kindergarten and primary school students to come to visit the the brown sugar factory and workshop, to take a visit, and also, if possible, to hand make some brown sugar on their own. Thank you, Ms. Ding, for joining us in today's streaming. Thank you. In today's live stream, we not only see the harvest of the sugarcane, but also the brown sugar making process. I see all of the 9 pots for brown sugar production. You could feel the sweetness in the air. They are not only making brown sugar, but also 4 varieties of sugarcane products. I believe that their life is becoming sweeter because of this, all of these improvements in agricultural activities. Thank you.